um, in my life, I had to be reminded of that statement. Like, just don't give up on me. Don't give up on people. Don't give up on life. Don't give up on your music. Don't give up on fighting for mental health. Which I'm so passionate about because of the pandemic, and that's something that I learned. And This whole project, it was basically the inspiration behind this project in particular. To be honest with you, is the fact that um, a teacher slash someone who I regarded as a mentor, who I've been under the wing of for the last 4 years, um, to guide my music career. It was, it was a very fulfilling experience for me. I'm sorry, my GoPro is overheating, so I apologize. It's I'm just be straight up and honest. It was very difficult. I basically was discarded after being under this person's wing, just because I didn't really check the boxes, so to speak, and the expectations or and standards that this person desired out of me. And fine, I guess, but I wasn't really fine. I have my tongue a lot, and I try to fight for my beliefs and what but this person said I crossed the boundary. It was basically a text that I sent like early in the morning, maybe 3 4 a.m. to this person, who I regarded, teacher, who I regarded as a mentor. Basically was saying that, did I know what time it was when I text this person. So I said, uh, you know, I honestly was crying because I was overwhelmed. I was going through stuff behind the scenes, a lot of mental abuse from another person. And I'm not gonna out anybody, because that's not my style. But I was fighting inner demons, and I had to cope with that the best way I could. And honestly, it was really trying to cry myself to sleep. It was really um, not wanting to get out of bed. It was basically having no desires. As far as like to be present in any situation, whether it was gym, whether it was, and this is the moment when the gym was closed, so I didn't really have a place to go to um, release some of my anxieties, depression, in a way that was more positive, or not lashing out on people just because of the situation. I was told that that was a boundary. Me texting at that hour, because I didn't really know who to confide in at that time. I was overwhelmed, crying, and I wanted someone to hold the space for me, because I couldn't hold the space for myself. And that's the honest truth. Like, I'm not gonna even lie about it for clickbait. I really needed someone to confide in, because I told myself, listen, like, if I don't confide in someone, I don't know if I'm gonna make it like tonight. And this was really rough. Months, years confiding in this person, and not to say that this person I couldn't confide in other times and areas of my life when I was going through depression, and this person really held the space for me other times, and I greatly appreciate everyone who held the space for me when I was down and out, when I was depressed, when I was fighting with inner demons. Um, and but the basically what happened was, because of the fact that I didn't check the boxes for that individual, it kind of felt like it was like, well, you can't, that's the standard. You can't fit the standards, then you gotta go. And that's how I kind of felt, like I didn't reach this person's standards, so I kind of felt like I was, yesterday's trash, so to speak. And not to put myself down, that's just how I felt inside. I was like, wow, this person who I confided in, someone who I thought I could trust, and now it's like our relationship is kind of tarnished, because we both really at that time couldn't see each other's perspective. I mean, we tried to at the ending, but it kind of just felt like I felt it was so much of a I guess I don't know how to describe it, but it's just more like when you have mixed feelings for one another as far as like how you approach a situation. It's kind of like this person feels this way, this person feels this way, and you kind of have to like um not mesh feelings, but you kind of have to just see their perspective and try not to take it to heart, which I did. And then I think it took me months after the situation ended to where I had to realize, okay, why am I giving this person's situation so much power over my life and allowing me to feel so depressed and so unworthy of myself? Like the minute I ended the conversation with this person, I felt like crap. Like I literally cried myself well, basically cried myself to sleep, and I was really on my deathbed because, to be quite honest with you, like the next day, the same, I think this was the week after that I spoke to this person again about how I felt, because I spoke to somebody else about the situation who I confided in, and I'm thankful for this person because this individual really helped me figure out some of the tendencies that this person had, and I didn't really know I was dealing with a narcissist until this person, individual, kind of like schooled me and said, okay, these are the characteristics of a narcissist, and this is what you're dealing with. And I'm just like, wow, I didn't even know about that word, because I didn't really encounter one until I started seeing like the behaviors. And when I confided in this person at that time, this person was basically saying that I basically was crossing a boundary, that no one would text, a professional at that hour, which again I understood that, but I didn't think an email would suffice, because in my mind I wasn't okay. So someone who's not okay in their mind, meaning like who is, confiding in another person to hold space for them, nobody wants to be told like they're wrong for trying to reach out, because the other side of that is not reaching out and suicide. So because I reached out and I didn't decide to commit suicide, at that time when I confided in this person, I felt very devalued as far as how I saw, the perspective. I didn't think about, oh, this person is a professional, I shouldn't be reaching out at this time. I just saw like I need someone to speak to at this moment, and it's very hard. It was very hard for me to be able to just muster the courage to say, I need help, I need someone to speak to, I don't know who to speak to. That's the first number I saw on my phone, that's the first person I text. And it kind of fell not on deaf ears, but it kind of just felt like it was more like professionalism was held more higher on the pedestal, so to speak, than my feelings. That's how I felt, and this person felt otherwise, and we agreed to disagree, and that's how it ended. But I didn't. I took more of the mental brunt of it, so to speak, where I couldn't really, I couldn't really handle it in the best way possible. Like I couldn't concentrate at work. I couldn't concentrate on music. I basically had a conversation with this person about that conversation, about the 3 a.m.